Hello, Laura. Can you see me?
I can and hear you, which is a huge improvement. So, hooray!
Hey, hooray, we did it. Oh, love this. Love this. Miss McDougal, look at your hair. It's all like wild and free. I love this
Yeah,
look.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I think international travel was good for my hair, bad for my skin, but you have to pay the piper, you know?
Yes. Yes, you
Yeah.
do. Yeah. I don't know. What would you choose? What would you choose if you could only choose one, hair or skin?
Well, I honestly don't care about astrological signs, but I've been watching so much J-Lo nonsense, which we will get to at the end of the program, and she's all talks about nothing but astrological signs. So as a Leo, I
Really?
think I should pick the amazing hair. So, yeah.
Hmm.
We have lots to chat about Ms. Lopez, but yes, I'm gonna pick as a Leo. I'll pick the good hair.
That's what you're supposed to do?
Lions, we have great manes, it's me and
Oh.
Beyonce. Our hair is our pride. So,
It's the same, similar,
hmm
similar
hmm
vibes. Absolutely.
hmm
Welcome everyone. We had a little bit of a weird start, but seems like everything's moving
Well,
normally now.
and it seems like
Um,
people are here for the drama because we have a record number of live participants. So, y'all are just here for for the drams. So you live for it.
Loving the drama, loving the drama.
hmm hmm
Miss McDougal, you did just mention that you got back from an international
Yes,
trip that
I
helped
did.
your beautiful mane and hurt your beautiful face.
Yes.
Tell us
But I
everything.
think it's covering all of the problem areas with glasses and hair, so we're good. Tell you
Oh,
everything. It was a whirlwind. It was less than 72 hours. It was insane, and I have Allison to thank for keeping it super curated because
keep it
I saw
tight.
about
You got to keep it
1/16
tight.
of that city. Yeah, there is just no way. It's just huge, huge. And I think what I like intellectually understood, but didn't understand until I was there, is that it's so different from New York because it is not up. It's an out. It doesn't go up, it goes out. So you're just walking and walking and walking for infinity. So it's everything's huge. Huge.
Yeah. Well, nice. Did any big takeaways, any highlights for you?
Well, major highlights for me, my favorite thing and my least favorite thing are all wrapped up in one, and that was seeing the crown jewels at the Tower of London. It is amazing to see them and also disgusting. That is so gross. And what a weird hoarding colonialist wealth. What a mixed bag that is. That room full of treasure is so weird. It's it's like I had so many reactions.
Yeah.
Um, but then you look at the craftsmanship of all of that stuff too. I mean, it's like, wow. There's the little walkway to keep it moving so you don't crowd in front. It's actually pretty genius from a crowd management because that was the other takeaway. Everybody was in London and wanted to see all the things I did. There were so many people, many of them French. And we were they just everywhere, everywhere. So the scale of it, I underestimated big time.
Hmm.
Um, but it delivered. It delivered in a lot of ways. I mean, I definitely cried at St. Paul's.
Oh yeah.
Just looking at it, and having as a Mary Poppins child, it meant the world. Weather was better than here, which is wild. Until I landed. So ultimately, the best meal that I had was dishoom. So that was exactly what Allison and Shane recommended, and was so correct. Everything else was fine. But I'm gonna sound real American about it, but I'm just like, yeah, we got this at home. This is fine. You know, it was fine. But yeah, dishoom was great. Dishoom breakfast in particular. Oof, amazing. We really should have
Yeah.
done
Good one.
one more time. We should have done one more
Yeah.
time before we left. There just
Yeah.
wasn't time. There wasn't time.
I know. It's hard. It's hard to pick your meals
Yes.
when there's so much British food to eat.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
beige fried things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought I'd never
Um,
get sick of it, but I got a little sick of it.
Yeah, and we have that here pretty well too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
lots
mean,
of British people.
pardon me, but Chicago does beige fried things awesome. So, you know, I don't know. Um, yeah, no afternoon tea, Tiffany. I mean, I've been hesitant to share about the trip too much because it's mostly disappointing. I had to just put my phone away and be there because every picture looked the same. I basically look like I'm wearing the same outfit every day because I wore a coat the whole time. And I broke out like crazy, but I loved it. It was so great. I just walked my face off. And I got to start off on such a high note by going to the famous, especially to our friend group, but internationally famous Liberty of London. I had just, yeah, Allyson has been told me of this place. Every time
Yes.
I see anyone of a crafty persuasion going to Liberty of London, I'm fascinated and I just have to go. And it did not disappoint. And so I brought some wares back from Liberty and I wanted to show you what I got,
Oh
if
my
that's
God, I
okay.
can't wait to see. I can't wait to see.
I have received, it was a little insane. And my first plan was I was going to walk through and just take pictures of things. And then that was it. And I was going to just think about it and, perhaps order online one day.
Elle's already
Um,
laughing at you. Elle's already
yes,
laughing.
yeah, I know. It was so stupid. So I just went for stuff that I don't think of as Liberty prints. Because I can get those at Joann Fabrics, apparently. The
Sometimes, maybe not for
Yeah.
long.
Brr. The stuff that I did a lap and then went to like the notions area and whatever pattern was in my brain. I also have to say, I was not helped by the fact that there was a couple there from a very wealthy country. I'm not sure which. But essentially the woman was getting one of everything. And so she was just like, yeah, 5 meters, 5 meters, five. And the husband was like, well, you need this. And she was like, oh yeah, 10 meters, 10 meters. And I mean, like with her stack, I was just like, not to count anybody's pockets, but I was like, no, I can go for this. I can go for this. So it was
Wow.
so crazy. I was just like, this just watching rich people be rich is really something.
That's
There's no
where
way.
I would want to go to be rich because Liberty is a giant, 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 beautiful store
So
where
cool.
every floor is full of all the shit you want.
Yes. I
Um,
mean,
it like from the dishes to like the like fashions, the
yes.
shoes. I mean, the home goods, every
Yep.
single thing is just like stunning, stunning. So
And I
yeah, if I
did.
was ever a rich person, I would go and spend $1 million
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, all of the fashion was like super curated, and I got a lot of ideas for like silhouettes I want to try and stuff. So that was like
Yes.
inspirational to walk to. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I just loved it. And it's in this like Tudor style, huge building, and I mean that I could truly have just spent all day in it. It's just gorgeous,
Yeah.
creaky floors. I loved it. I felt so bad for all those retail folks working there. But it was, yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of the shoppers, yeah, it does smell rich. You're right, Megan,
Yeah.
it does.
Yeah. There's money
So
there. There's
I'm
money.
just saying all this
Huge
to say,
money there.
like, by comparison, I was very disciplined, I think. But I wanted to get enough fabric to like make stuff. So I stuck to the lawn. I considered silk for like a second. And then I was just like, that you can't do that. Like you just can't. You are crazy. I like drunk with power because I sewed with rayon successfully one time, but come on now. Silk, come on. It took me a year to sew with the rayon.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
much ado. But here is one of my first print that I got. These little Art Deco suns.
I
Cute.
love them. Oh my
They're so cute. They
God.
came in three different colors, and I just was like, that's silly. And when I was like, it's not silly
Oh,
though. I love it. It's like wood block. I love it. So this is gonna be something. I don't know. I don't know what.
fun.
I've been on a journey in the garment sewing work group, and making the Sylvan jacket that's almost finished. And I learned about underlining. from this process. And now I feel like I could really make a little bit more of a substantial garment using this underlining technique I learned. And I got 2 meters, Shira, and because I was hesitant about this white because, it's sheer. But I really feel confident in my underlining. I can see you. I don't know if you can see me, but I feel confident in my underlining that
I've done that
can.
Before. Yeah, it's not hard.
Yeah, that it'll be like you can see like if I put dark behind it, it darkens up the clouds a lot. Anyhow, but yeah, she is sheer. So that's I feel empowered with the underlining. So I have this. 2 yards of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went for something again different with my other. Not different for me though. I mean, it looks like me, right? But doesn't necessarily scream Liberty, but says me. It says me to me.
Oh, crazy. I love it.
Yeah, Laura Core. But yes, I think I want another Southport dress in a big loud print. And I loved Allyson, I loved the rust and navy. I really liked the rust and navy. So
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. Are you sure?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you
I thought I'd
like that?
thought I'd think outside the box, but I feel like you can already see it on me.
100%.
It just
You already have that dress.
Yeah, I know. You're like, why did you buy something you already have? Because it just looks like me. But yep, it jumped off the shelf.
Design. It is so abstract. It is hard to figure out what's going on with it.
I feel like it's feather adjacent and
feather adjacent, totally.
but not quite feathers.
Kind of a
sail feather, maybe horn. It reminds me of those like earrings they used to wear on Dynasty that look like little shells. It's a little bit of everything. And still smells rich. It smells rich. I hesitate to wash it.
Never do.
Yeah. So I don't know. Pick what do you all see? I think maybe I would do it this way. Maybe.
It kind of looks like on Star Trek, the telecommunicator that they wear to
Hell yeah. Linda says shark fin, surfboards.
Okay, we are getting like kind of a nautical a nautical feel, which also aligns with your sensibilities, Laura.
Yes, it's true. I am a sea captain.
Yeah.
We're Sydney Opera House.
The Opera House. Yep.
Totally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think sexy turkey. I think sexy turkey is what we're going with.
Yeah.
Pigeon core.
I like it.
So
whatever it is very cool. So
I'm into it. Yeah, I have no idea what it's supposed to be. I mean, this we figured this out. We've got this on lock. This I don't know, and it's more of a like pinky taupey background. So, it is hopefully a little less sheer. Yeah, right. And then the other one that I was really not going to get because I was like, this is dumb, and you don't have any need for it. But then I was like, you're on vacation. So I bought this. I just love it. Yep. Little citrus, little berries and citrus. And it is like Carol Brady core. And it looks like I should just, yep. It's so silly. And there were just bolt after bolts of it just sitting there because everyone, I'm sure just walks by it and is like, that's insane. There was a more muted, there was like a more muted purpley one that everyone was like going for, like purples and blues. And I was like,
nope.
But I just love her. I really do. I chickened out financially and only got a meter. But I just love it so much.
It's going to make a cute little top, I think. Yeah.
I think it's going to be another one of my collared Willis tops from Seamwork. It just is. I've got that sunflower one, and that's the ticket. She's very silly. But cute. This was my vacation one where I was like, I'm on vacation. And that's what I went for.
Yeah. Ooh, Lindy's saying shorts.
Shorts. Perfect. I love that. Yeah. Shorts and a matching crop. out of my 1 meter.
1 meter does not go as far as you want it to go when you're talking about butt yardage.
Yeah, not with my booty. No. And especially in the elastic waist genre that I live in.
There's a lot of curvatures that need to be curvatured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But super crazy. And I am sure there is plenty of this print online, y'all. So if you want a twin, you go right ahead.
Twinsies. I love that. Yeah.
Oh, wrap skirt.
Lots of good options. Yeah.
Totally.
Fun purchases, Miss Laura. Fun
purchases. Well, and I am really inspired by your blouse that you made with that very deep collar,
a patina blouse from Friday Pattern Company. Yes.
Yeah, super cute. And so I was thinking I might try to do a Gilbert top with this with a little tie, but we'll see how far the yardage goes. We'll see.
Cute.
And then I did get one final thing as a gift for my mom, and she does not watch this, so I can spoil. But I got a tea towel. I love a good tea towel. And for Liberty prices, this isn't too bad as a gift. So it's like she doesn't really understand Liberty, but she has been on a home decoration journey, and I thought that this would be a nice little hello from London.
Yeah,
easy to pack.
Yeah,
mom core. So that was my big
really good sales pitch for our show. If your mom doesn't even watch it,
well, she doesn't understand that. She subscribed to Instagram just to watch it, just to watch us back in the day, but now. YouTube, bridge too far for Sally. She can't figure it out.
Bridge too far. Oh man. Well, maybe one day.
But yeah, one of these days.
Over the edge.
She just listened to our podcast about us as being guests on Christmas movies, actually talking about Little Women. She just got around to that. So I'll lure her in eventually, but it'll be after she receives her tea towel. So those are that's the big haul from Liberty, everyone.
What a haul. Cannot wait to see these fabrics come to life, Laura.
Well, I'm excited for the accountability, so that you all know that I have this now, and I won't just put it on the shelf and not touch it for 5 years. You have permission to ask me how it's going with the fabric I got, because
you at least have to use that wild fabric, because I feel like when you get wild fabric, it's kind of like the pressure's off. It doesn't need to be something wildly precious, because it's already very wild.
I agree with that. So I have more liberty than I can shake a stick at. I'm the richest lady in the world. Apologies to that couple, but it was So a very successful trip to the Liberty, and thank you for letting me do show and tell.
Oh my gosh, yeah. As a person who does not shop. I could shop at Liberty because everything there is beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so nice. A must see. I think you did it right, Laura.
Me too. Yeah, I meant to make my way over to Harrods, but I ran out of gas about halfway, physical esteem, which is energy. the jet lag kicked in. I got to the edge of Hyde Park, and I was like, I don't get on the train right now, I'm never making it back to the hotel. So if you have to pick one, even not having been to Harrods, Liberty's the way. Wow. It was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
You did it right. Yeah. Absolutely. Laura, since we're talking about sewing fabrics, can we see your jacket a little bit more?
Yes, I can.
It's taunting me back there.
Well, I wanted to get it to a little bit more finished for today's live, because for a long time it was looking very science coat, very like I was working in the lab with one knife. But I've gone with the long version of this. Is the Sylvan Jacket. So last night we talked about finishing these facings. Yes, I'm blinding everyone with science. Let me see here. And so I sewed in the facings this morning and have this nice little shawl collar going. My little underlining worked out really well, so I can now have a little pop of color with my little cuffs. And I've got the back little bars, so it cinches just a little. And this is my first experiment because I chose to go with more positive ease so I could have a bigger armhole so I could wear sweaters underneath comfortably. And you got it. You got it.
It looks effective. It looks effective.
Yeah. So now we're on a pocket journey. And so I just installed my first, this is the painter's pocket. And that's all installed and looks pretty good, I have to say. So pretty fun. We learned a lot together. It's like a faux welt pocket, which is nice. You cut in just to the outside pocket and not into your jacket. Pretty cool. So yeah, thank you. I have to say, not to, just to gently call in our garment sewing folks. Just like one person joined me in the sew along in real time. So I really appreciate this shout out because I'm hoping people will go back to the recordings in the garment sewing workroom and actually make this.
Yeah, gotta say, Laura and I are doing the Lord's work over in the garment sewing workroom, and there are people who are paying us to do these things, but very few people are coming to watch the things that we do.
Yeah.
Laura, I have less to show off, but this is the front.
In many ways more, I would say, because I loved this. I loved doing a sew along, like dueling banjo style, because it's mix and match pockets with this Sylvan jacket, and you can choose many, many, many. And one of them is a welt pocket, and everybody wanted a demo. And I was like, you know what you can do? You can head on over to Allyson's demo because I don't want to cut into this thing. I just don't. There's too much going on. So sometimes I was able to do
it, and sometimes you can't do it.
Right.
So
yeah,
I respect it. Yeah,
so
I did. This is what I did on Monday. Is I did a whole demo on this beautiful welt pocket for my Audrey Jacket sew along. You can see I've got my Liberty poking out. The lining fabric of my pocket is a Liberty print.
We love a theme. We love a theme. Speaking of 70s, yeah, I saw that print and also your berry print in person, and I was just like, well, no wonder. I mean, no wonder Allyson has an eye for the hits. She does. But and then that flower, is that
I have
a different
top.
The Ames maybe?
Of it. That sounds right. Yeah, that sounds right. It has buttons and it's got like a gather,
like a puff sleeve,
with kind of a puffy sleeve. Yeah, she's cute. Yeah,
and I've loved it, and I love that sort of 70s vibe to it. So it's so nice to see it again. It really reassures me that I made the right choice, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. So if you're curious about garment sewing, you can join us in the garment sewing workroom space.
Yeah.
It is a premium space. It costs more money to get in there. But once you do, there is obviously a lot of amazing content. It's only $10 per month. We do lots of events per month. It's great. And then everything is recorded. So if you want to go relive Laura's jacket journey, you can do that. If you want to relive my Audrey jacket journey, that is going to finish up on Monday, you can do that too. They all live right there.
Yeah, and you can use those sew along evenings in a lot of different ways. When I finally did have shout out to Amy Luckett, joined me about halfway through last night. She was like, oh, I'm here to I wanted to do some cutting, and I was like, oh, this is great. I can like carve out the time on my calendar because this is happening. And so anything can be sew along material,
Absolutely.
I'm perfectly, I was an only child for 7 years of my life. And so I got really good at making my own fun and talking to myself, but it helps having people around. That's for sure.
Yeah, we like it. So check it out if you're at all interested in garment sewing. We have a lot of fun over there. And the jacket looks phenomenal, Laura.
Thanks, y'all. I really appreciate it. It was, it's a different silhouette for me. It has this shawl collar, and I'm into it. It was fiddly, but I think I like her. I like her now, and I'm taking her to sewing camp with us.
would work very nicely with a
Yep.
jacket collar
A
like
good
that.
old bandana cowl, big time. I've got enough room in my sleeves for this sweater to go in there comfortably. So
Yeah.
that was a huge moment. Huge moment. Keeping
Nice.
her on. Why not?
Well, next week, I will have a finished Audrey jacket to show off. I'm very excited about. So that'll be a
Amazing.
teaser. Yeah.
Oh, Dickie coat. Yes, that is what this is.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah, that one. I've been using my Dickie a lot, Laura, because it has been rainy. It's been a rainy winter, and raincoats are not meant to be warm. But if it's 37 degrees and raining, you just need a Dickie, and then and your raincoat.
100%.
That should be a selling point, I think.
Yes, 100%. So I feel that you can never have enough jackets. Like the correct number is N1, which N is the existing number, and then +1 is the next jacket you're going to make. But everything has a purpose in my jacket life, and this is I need a layer over my sweater jacket, and I'm very into it. I think I'm excited to try it out.
It's great too.
A little, like we joke, but this is a little different for me. It's a little like kind of a pinkish.
It's a little pinker. Yeah, it's pinker than you normally go. Yeah, I like it.
But still looks good with all my grays, and my greens and my rusts. So that was for me, I thought I was really like putting myself out there, but it's not. But then when I got this lining, it was like, oh, well, yeah, this is all the other colors that I wear all the time.
And they match perfectly, so you did it right. Yeah, you did it right.
So, and it's nice to have the extra long sleeve too, just in case I don't feel like a nut that day. So really nice. Into it. But yeah, thank you so much. I was dying to talk about it. I appreciate it.
Well, it was sitting there. It was just taunting us. We needed it. We needed more of it.
Yeah. Well, also going on this simultaneously to all of the Craftapaloozas, it's yoke along as always, but you have been fearlessly leading us through Heirloom Cardigan Quilt Along.
Yes.
What's in that bag, girl? Oh,
my sweater. Yes. So it's a little scary.
I see ribbing. Well, 2 sleeves.
But yeah, I got to start on this bottom ribbing, not too much of it, but enough. I got 2 sleeves done. She's a
sweater. Holy shit, man. I mean, 2 sleeves, same color, and the ribbing. It's done. So I have.
I love her.
This. By comparison, but looks like major progress from our last live. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Yes. You up to 15, Laura?
I am. So sub goal for today. I really do want to just continue banging this out. I just want to add the pockets and get the buttons on, because otherwise it'll just sit around half finished. So I am going to just see this through. That's my crafting plan for the afternoon. Just finish this up. And then I want to move into seaming. Because we've talked about it, and I think that makes the most sense. I want to seam my back together and show it off, because it's just really pretty. I freaking love this.
Once you have the fabric too, instead of the pile of blocks, it does feel like more motivating. So yeah, that's super nice.
Yeah, and I've got the steamy iron going to iron down this jacket and stuff, so it's like it'd be nice to just relax my seams a little bit and see it all put together. So mostly I just want to post some content in the party. So I'd love to share this finished jacket and love
content.
Yeah, get these squares demoed in the knit along group. So
yeah, nice. Oh, I think you're gonna have so much fun with it. And I think you're gonna be re-addicted to knitting those blocks, because once you start seeing the fabric, oh man, you're like, I need more of this.
I'm back. I've got a really good crafting weekend ahead of me too. So I have like organizing plans and like Notion cleanup plans, and I'm really excited for the weekend, if I'm being real. Yeah.
Oh, good. So I haven't gotten a whole lot more done on that ribbing from when I was wearing it on Tuesday, because I
What's in
have
this
been,
bag?
what is in this bag? So I
Oh my
made
God.
a sleeve
Oh,
for my Paul McCartney sweater.
I mean, I just
In there. She's
I have
getting
such a
there.
crush on I have such a crush on this sweater.
It's
And it's
so good,
so
right?
and in that smaller circumference, does that feel super motivating? You're just cranking away.
You really do. It's so tiny. Yeah. So I think because I have a bigger body circumference, I have more ease in the body. That means the sleeve can be shorter. It's
I love
basic.
that for you.
It's so
I love
close.
that for
It's,
you.
I think I'm going to do one more motif and then do ribbing.
Ah, so will you be is this going to be basketball knitting? Do you watch the March Madness live? You are the queen
I
of our brackets.
do. I
Okay.
do. I do watch the March Madness live. This is not exactly basketball knitting, because you kind of have to look at it. I think I was saving the ribbing for basketball knitting because you can just like rib
Love that.
without
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at
yeah.
it. So this might have to, or maybe like a boring game. Sometimes there's a blowout.
I mean,
So
early
then you just
days,
listen to
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah. Baseball knitting. There you go.
Uh,
Little
yeah.
bit more.
Melissa, I was knitting this morning when I was watching the baseball game at 5 a.m. So I can confirm this is baseball knitting. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
certified. You heard it here first. It's
Baseball knitting.
so good. It's so good. I also picked up my sleeve for my yoke sweater for my Sunday sweater. It's on the couch as we speak. It's not much to see, but I just have
Oh,
decided I want to do a couple inches a day just to keep that going. It will be a
smart.
beautiful finished sweater, but gosh, it's not Instagrammable or interesting right now. So I want to just keep it going
Yeah,
little by little because it's so easy to get distracted with all of the
by
fun
all the
things.
things.
So,
Yes. Yeah. Last week when we were talking about the things that you were working on, Laura, you mentioned that you had to do a lot of classroom prep.
yes.
And we were talking a little bit about how sometimes you have to make like mini versions of things for demos.
Yeah. Yes.
So I have a mini version of the back of the understated.
Ah! That's so funny. I have a little mini, I think I showed my little mini Ingrid. And it's the same vibe,
Yep.
same vibe, your little trapezoid friend. Yeah.
Yep. Here's the back. Ready to pick up
Ah,
for the necklines tomorrow. No big
amazing. Oh, you're
deal.
all
Yep.
ready. You're all ready.
Already. I have to, so what I've been working on too, is I have, actually, this is actually pretty cute.
Can't wait. Oh,
It's,
hi, Rosie.
it's a mini version. It's a mini version of the Colette also.
Oh my God, so fun.
So yeah, I've been working on mini versions of things, for class prep, today as
I
well.
I think I put it in the other room, but I needed just a sample to talk about the thumb gusset on this mitten last week.
Yeah.
And so I just have a permanent bulky yarn that just lives. You've seen some of it in some of our Level Up series, just that lives on circular needles. And I just started on really bulky yarn doing a demo of the thumb gusset going in the other direction. And so I just had this huge, like giant mitten for a giant and I would go back and forth between like this demo, like, oh, on size 4s, and then like on size 10s, here's this gusset. It was very funny, like Tolly Smalley.
Oh, you hate Tolly Smalley.
I do. There's very few exceptions. Victoria and Albert's one of them. So
Yeah.
yeah, that was speaking of London.
I love all of these projects for us working
It's
away.
Yeah, it's nice to be in a creative season. If that makes sense. Like I'm really excited about everything I'm working on. Nothing feels like burden or like I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
I'm in that stage where there's too much fun to have and not like, oh, I've got a lot going and I don't want to work on anything. So that
Yes.
feels That feels good. Do
Yeah.
you feel like you're in that place making wise right now? I know you had to do a lot of
Yeah.
prep for your classes to start.
Yeah, but they're also very fun classes. My classes have been going so well. Everyone's so enthusiastic,
Yeah.
really pushing themselves. It's been really fun. This coming weekend is week 3 for all the classes. So that also really helps when people are excited about learning. That helps me like pick up my little mini Colette sweater
Yeah.
and start knitting away on it. Excited about the next step for everyone. So yeah, I kind of I feel a little frozen sometimes where there's so many things that I want to do. It's like, well, I'll just work on this thing that's closest to me right now, thinking about all the other things that I want to be doing too. So
Yes.
so
That's
yeah,
relatable.
I want to we have a couple classes that we're talking about doing too. And I'm keeping that yarn in the closet because as soon as it's come out, that's like another, snowball rolling down the hill. So I want to get in a good spot with a bunch of these things before I start the next thing. But yeah, it does feel like everything is really exciting and I want to work on everything.
Same. But I think I'm also just looking ahead I have a week ahead here in Chicago, at least in the suburbs. It's spring break this next week. So my boyfriend is out of town for the week with his kids. And the possibilities of just all of this time. I just feel I have so many big plans. So that's why I'm back on the Notion, baby. And I can't wait to share with everybody. So that's why I'm like, let's finish things. Like, I'm in a finishing mode. I'm in organizing mode. So I don't want to have another whip that's sitting in a bag. So we're finishing. That's where I'm feeling.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm glad you told everyone that you were dating a man with children and not dating a child who was going on spring
Yes.
break. I think that was
Yes.
important distinction.
That's important for legal reasons, to say out loud. I am
On the
dating an
record.
adult man
An man.
who is a parent, different
Yes.
things.
Different
But
things.
yes,
Yes.
he is off to California yay with them on Saturday. And I hope they have a great time because I will also have a great time in my house because, I have been go, go, go. And as you have seen, the background has gotten a little more scruffy as each week goes on. And so I have some big organizing plans. I just love when your schedule aligns with what you're in the mood to do. So I'm really going to bang some stuff out.
Very good. Shane's also going out of town, not for spring break, but he is going to be playing in the biggest magic tournament of the year in Sweden, called NewbCon. I think they changed the name of it. But so he's leaving on Wednesday, and he'll be gone for a week, which is great.
Yes, it is. So excited to hang out with you. And
good luck to Shane. Yes,
good luck
to Shane. Shane's
former world
greatest
champion
challenge when he goes to these international magic trips are probably different than Brooke's goals when he goes on spring break with his children. Shane's goals is to not puke on anyone because he has drank too much alcohol and stayed up until 4 a.m. That's
I think generally
than Brooke.
I think it's on the other side of the spectrum. He also has a no puke goal, but it's just no one puke on anyone else. I think is just the general rule.
Yeah, that's important.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Yeah.
There's skiing happening. So I think it's just avoid emergency room in general is a win. So I think
that's also Shane's goal.
Yeah. So see, there is alignment. We just dovetail back into each other. We're just everyone keep their pukes to themselves and let's stay out of the ER. All right. I think these are good goals. These are good goals.
That was something that his friends told me when we were hanging out is Shane always does a really good job of making sure he pukes in a snowbank. Or makes sure that he asks for this car to stop before the puking commences, which is very thoughtful. They call Shane the nicest man in magic for a reason.
I hope that is like that needs to be like machine embroidered or perhaps chain stitched on the back of Shane's cut. The
Yep.
nicest man
Nicest
in
man in
magic.
magic.
TM.
Yep. Yep. That's Shane.
So good.
So thoughtful. So thoughtful.
Um, well, Brooke had a dry January, February, and part of March, and he
Shane did
just
not.
to see. And when we went to London, that was done. And so now he's back. He's back to being a real grown adult. No, no, no. It's we support everyone's choices around
Yes,
alcohol, of course, but
absolutely. It is poison. You're putting it in your body
yeah,
and choosing
he
to do
felt
that every single time.
amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
And was like, wow, why do I feel so peppy in the mornings? And it's like, well, we didn't have any,
You're not
we had a lot of
poisoning
zero
yourself
proof
constantly.
gin, which is
Yes.
just water. So
Mhm.
that's why. Hydrate or
Yeah,
dihydrate, my friend.
that's why. Yeah.
He learned a lot.
Yeah.
But now that he'll be visiting folks with the kids along the way, and I think that having the gin and tonics back in his life will be helpful. But now he's a lightweight again, so also similar puking goals. Mm-hmm.
Aw, we love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Well, it sounds like we are setting ourselves up to have an amazing man-free couple of weeks.
Yeah. And we'll just think of all the time. I mean, time to make a big a Daikaizen giant lentil salad and just go, go, go. So
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my number one favorite thing about Shane going out of town is I can just make a ton of one food and just eat it for every meal until it runs out.
Yeah.
Which is
It's
just
easy.
cost effective, simple, no planning. Everyone wins. Shane needs different food for every meal.
Yeah, I know. I'm similar to Shane, but I just do the same 3 meals in rotation. And we haven't been around either through retreat season or just this past weekend. Just haven't been around my house to like do a big grocery shop. So I'm like looking at this week. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just going to make my 3 meals and have leftovers. That'll be so great. I will not.
Forever.
The taking the thinking out of it is
Yes, the planning.
such
Do you
a
see
relief.
that video that's been going around? Somebody asks Aretha Franklin, like, what's the hardest part of Aretha Franklin's day? And she goes, deciding what to make for dinner. And I'm just like, Aretha gets it.
It's just true. I mean, it's not any easier. Like it can be easy on your own as well. Like especially if you're partnered with someone who does not have the same interest in foods. But I think in general, like if you aren't planned for the next couple of days, that's the worst. When you wake up and there's no food in the house and you don't have a plan. Ugh, I hate it.
Yeah. Thumbs down. Thumbs down. Well, Laura, when you go to the grocery store, you will notice that groceries are very expensive. So, yeah. Hold on to your
butt. I know.
It's
brutal. But I'm going to put in my Mariano's pickup order. Boop, boop, boop. And bop on over.
Nice.
And I'll visit my friend Laura, who works at the little pickup, and she's always like, "Oh, it's my customer with her favorite name," and we laugh and laugh.
Adorable.
Yeah, pretty good. Shout out to the Mariano and Lawrence. We love her. We love to see it.
I feel like Elle said she saw a meme that said something like prices say we were all shopping at the airport right now. That is exactly how I feel every time I am like, oh, I need 7 things and it's $60. I'm like,
yep.
How did this happen?
And it's not
to this.
It's not helped by the fact that like I always just like I thought prices were creeping up for a while anyway, and I just think everything should just be $2. So it's the initial like ugh, and then it is really legitimately bad. It's bad.
Culture corner. Laura, you've been on a journey?
Well, I've been on several journeys because my in-flight entertainment saga continues. For those of you who know about my trip to Oslo, and back, when the airline declared bankruptcy on my way back and refused to give me plug-in headphones because that was the cost savings.
If they're going to skimp, I would rather have them skimp on headphones rather than like drill things they had to drill into the plane.
It just seems like that was just that was an optic move. You could actually do something about safety.
They're probably already purchased at that point.
That's my thing. Just give me the frickin' fine.
Mm-hmm.
So I could only watch movies with English subtitles on the way back from Scandinavia, and there were fewer than you thought. So it was a random assortment. This time my screen didn't work, and I had to punch several buttons, and found this weird back door where if they did have subtitles, I could hit the play button from the subtitle menu and watch the film. I could not pause it or we could exit out of it. I had to watch it through the last credit, but I was able to at least watch something. So it also provided a random assortment of shit, which we'll get to. So that was a weird journey that I went on. I watched everything from the latest Dumbledore movie, the latest Jude Law one, the Dumbledore's Secrets. I watched that.
Oh, Dumbledore.
Yes. Yeah, the Fantastic Creatures.
I thought you said Dumbledore, and I was like, what's Dumbledore?
Dumbledore, the Fantastic Creatures, that latest one I watched. Yeah, because I wanted something to sleep to. Mission accomplished. But I landed on Ferrari. And I need to talk about Ferrari pretty badly. But before I do that, I got home and had not checked TikTok because I was on the hunt for Kate Middleton. Fine. I got on TikTok and all of these clips of the Jennifer Lopez music video movie and subsequent documentary, This Is Me Now, ... is the not music video, hour-long music video. And then The Greatest Love Story Never Told is the documentary about the music video. I saw clips that took my breath away.
Yes, I have also.
Astonished me.
Yes.
And I hit play on that documentary yesterday, and it is breathtaking. So hard to watch. So incredibly hard to watch.
It felt like Spinal Tap. Or like the previews were so like it had to be a farce of a thing, but it's real.
I know. It's just like in a post, like the comeback culture, like mockumentary, it has potential to be the funniest thing in the world, but she just has zero sense of humor about herself. Like, I don't understand the Affleck of it all. Like, I don't understand what they have together, because he's in it for 2 seconds openly laughing at her, and the worst thing is just when she sits down with all of her people and they unfurl a scroll and just read through all of the celebrities that fully said no to appearing in this project. Just over it is minutes long of like, this person said no, this person said no, this person said no, this person said no, this person said no. And I believe she thinks that's showing that this needed to be self-funded because no one believed in her.
Against the world or something.
Yeah. And then she's talking about how hard it is and how this story is like so special and important. It's not. I mean, and Jane Fonda pops up and spouts some wisdom, which is what she is wont to do, where she's like, hey, I'm really rooting for you and Ben. I'm really rooting for you too. But all I see are pictures of you like fully making out. And she's like, why don't you just spend some time together? I would love that. You deserve to be happy. Why don't you two just like hang out and be happy with each other? And then she's like, but no, Jane, you have to come and be in my video dressed like a Greek goddess and talk about astrological signs. And Jane's like, I'll do it because I love you, but I have no idea what's going on. And Jennifer's like, oh, ha, 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 ha. And then you watch it and you're like, I have no idea what's going on. This is insane. It opens in her working in a heart factory. It's on Amazon Prime, everyone. Amazon Prime, both.
Amazon Prime.
I would recommend starting with the documentary first before the music video. But the music video opens with her working in tells a Puerto Rican folktale, cut to her in a dystopian factory, but the factory is her heart that she's working. It's a metal heart. That's her heart. And it's fed by rose petals.
Like she's the lion? Like she's the lion?
We're mixing a lot of metaphors. And so there's a rose garden that needs to be tended to, but they are dying. And so then she has to go down and scoot around in mud to try and then feed the heart rose petals.
But
we're 5 minutes in, and the thing is an hour long. So I'm just telling you, it's confounding. I don't know what. She needs to. The overall consensus on TikTok seems to be she needs to let us miss her. That's what needs to happen right now. Just if she could have some quiet time so that we could all miss her.
Yeah, like after Geely, she went away for a while, right? And then we were like, oh, J-Lo's back. Yes. Right.
And ultimately, like the people want her to continue to act. The people do not wish for her to continue to sing. And that's tough. That's tough.
She does really like to sing.
She does, and very much with the auto-tune. So I don't know, man. I feel bad. Really have nothing against her, but now people are talking about what a weirdo she is and how mean she is to people. And I'm like, this is a disaster. We'll see if she can pull out of it, but it is very entertaining to watch because it is bad shit. Just completely bad shit. I can't even.
Well, if you have an affiliated link that you can drop in the chat, where I think you sold quite a lot of people on this, including me. I think I'm sold on this.
So everybody, the order of operations, you want to look for the greatest love story never told is the doc. Start with that, and then you'll want to just kind of play "This Is Me Now," but in the background, and you're gonna want to just walk in and out of the room because. There is a part when she starts dancing. It is an hour.
The music video. How long's the documentary? I thought you meant the documentary was an hour.
The documentary is, I think, an hour 45, but the music video is an hour long because it's not a music video. It's a visual album, like Beyonce. But you should not compare,
I was going to say like Lemonade.
Yeah, she's going through every song on the album and choreographing it in these snippets that are not music videos, but are music videos. And there is one where she's trying to do a nod to Singing in the Rain, and she is dancing with an umbrella in the rain with a hummingbird, a CGI hummingbird. And every time you're like, great, we've reached the end of this Singing in the Rain reference, and then it continues and continues. And continues, and you're like, girl, I can't even look at the screen.
Wow. Wowzers. Well, I have a lot of basketball to watch this weekend. But I feel like dipping in and out of this between basketball games might be the way to go.
Good for sewing. Good for sewing, because every time you look up, you'll be like, what the fuck is happening?
Wowzers.
It's tough. It's really tough. So.
Wowzers.
Well, what have you been watching?
Oh my God, I'm so glad you asked. I have been watching Couple to Throuple on Peacock. All right. Yes.
Caitlin is thrilled.
Caitlin, this is a rec from Caitlin. She got Mary to watch this, and those two are part of my Love is Blind crew. And so we went right into, I think we could more effectively go from couple to throuple than the people who are in this. So here's the premise, Laura, of this television program. All right. There are 4 couples and there are lots of hot singles.
Okay.
And they're in some kind of tropical location on a resort. And the couples get to choose which of the singles they can join their couple and make it a throuple. And it goes
so great.
Chaos ensues. chaos ensues. So far, I've watched maybe 3 episodes of this show. The couple that I thought was going to be the worst at being a throuple is actually doing the best at being a throuple because they're actually very good at communicating. Everyone else has had a full mental breakdown and not been able to deal with the fact that there is a third person around other than they're just like naked in bed all the time. There is a couple.
Is there a lot of sex?
Who pops in? There is. I would say dialed up. If you are a Love Island watcher, Love Island, they're like under the blankets and you can kind of see that there's movement. This takes it a step further. Like I've seen full titties. I've seen full asses. I've heard there's definitely things happening. Nudity, there's full boners.
Okay.
It's real. It's
3 episodes in, and that has all happened. My goodness, action packed.
And in the morning, everyone's like, "That was so fun," and then they go off and have nervous breakdowns. And you're like, "Yeah, no shit, dude."
Bad for the brand. Like there are people out there that just are really trying to die on the polyamory hill and the throuple hill, and they say it's so much better. So I'm sure they're going to be very upset about this representation of this program, but you've just got reality TV combined with that. It's just going to be a disaster.
Reality TV doesn't make like couple relationships look good either.
No.
So no relationships win in reality television.
Yeah.
So
even if you're there for the right reason?
Even if you're there for the capital R right reasons, yes. But it is intensely entertaining because this couples therapist is there trying to help, and she actually knows what she's talking about and tries to push them in the right direction with a lot of these things, like a lot of these conversations they should be having. And you can see the people who are actually listening to her are thinking about things correctly within their own relationships. But the funniest part is when the single people are all hanging out, when the couples are all off together, because they're all just like, these two should not be here. They need to work on their own shit before they ask a third person to come in, because this is a real weird
That's
scenario.
Gotta be all of them. It's just gotta be whatever.
Right? Because there's so many dynamics. There's so many feelings. And if you aren't just like at the top of your game emotionally, you are never going to be able to both ask for and receive the things that you need from one person. Much more than 2 people, and one of them's a hot stranger. Like, there's no way. So it's very fascinating to watch.
How many episodes are there?
I cannot tell you. It seems like a never-ending amount. But Caitlin said that the best part of it is at the end, 10 episodes. At the end, they do a "Where Are They Now?" like retrospective. And Caitlin says it's worth watching the show just for the "Where Are They Now?" So,
oh my God.
I cannot wait. There's this cute little gay couple from Chicago, Laura, that I think are doing a great job representing Chicago, because usually Chicagoans in general are very bad at being on reality shows. Except that one season of Love is Blind where everyone was insane. And I felt like that was a pretty good representation of how everyone is in Chicago. But yeah, so this little Chicago couple, they're very cute. But they just, I think that they should just work on themselves before they ask a third person to come around. Oh my goodness. It's like,
if anyone can make
train wrecks.
If anyone can make a throuple work, it is queer identified folks, but like not on TV. They had the
biggest mental breakdown of everyone, I think.
Yeah, that's tough. I find that fascinating. I cannot wait to hear more about this as in between your basketball.
Yes, in between my basketball. Also, Shane, it cannot be in the room. Cannot be on in the room. I was trying to tell Shane about it last night, and I just watched his little body crumble into a million pieces. Shane's very delicate, and he couldn't possibly think about a throuple situation, which is so funny to me. Straight men got a straight man. What can I say?
Yeah. You know, masculinity is very fragile.
Very fragile. Very fragile. But he did try it a couple of times. He was like, so is anybody doing a good job? And I was like, no.
He was like, yeah.
Imagine they wouldn't do a good job. And I was like, yeah, they're doing a terrible job.
But I don't know if healthy relationships are good reality TV. So there's that.
Actively not. Actively, they're not. All right. Well, we've gone over. Laura, let's put a pin in Ferrari, because I think then we can put a pin in Thanksgiving as well.
Right. Which we need to talk to. It's a combo. It's a combo event.
It's a combo. It's the double feature you didn't know you needed.
Yeah, from hell.
Or just skip it.
It's an NFA double.
Yes.
So
yeah, doubler.
Stay tuned for next week.
Skip them. Yeah, stay tuned next week when we talk about the double feature from hell, Ferrari and Thanksgiving. Subtitled, Patrick Dempsey Still Fucking Slaps.
Yep.
Yeah. But maybe watch a different movie that he stars in. Not this.
It's certainly one that you can exit out of.
You're not locked in.
Yeah, you're not
locked in. All right. Well, great work today, Laura. Great to see you. Thanks to everyone who joined us live today. We will be back next week. And we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye, y'all.